Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. It feels like Pinky in the Brain here, where Pinky goes, "We're gonna do a night brain." Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to adjust the CDX. Anyway, before we go too far and anyway, from last time, this is for the MSX PC card. This is going to be the cartridge slot. This is actually pin 1 here, so it's a 50 pin header. I cut the plastic for that, and yes, I did use some hot glue, but sometimes that's the only solution that really works in the pinch. And I'm still awaiting a connector, which appears to be on a slow boat from China, and everything seems to be slow and silly right now. I mean, I could wire up the cable directly, but I want to be able to pull it out. So haven't soldered this yet because I don't have the connector in yet, and I want to see what kind of spacing I want. So more or less, the moral of the story is, you can't really see here, but this is pin 1 right there, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It goes on this guy. It goes 1 through 25, and then 26 through 50. So the MSX cartridge just pops right there, and I'll add the little keying feature here later. And in the meantime, while I wait for the 50 pin connector to come in, whenever that arrives, it's a keyed connector, which is how I wanted it. In the meantime, I got this thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a good sign. Maybe this 37th time's a charm. Let's see if we can get to the first track. Going with the commercial disc this time. This is Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. So coming in the mail soon is something called an ACAN system, which came out of Taiwan, I believe, 95 or 96, can't remember which year. The problem is it was on paper better than a Sega Genesis or a Super Nintendo. However, being 1995 or 96, that's when PlayStation came out, the original PlayStation, and the N64 were out. So trying to compete against that kind of graphics horsepower, not just graphics horsepower, but just that's when the whole shift to polygon graphics started, as opposed to sprite generated or pixel graphics. Personally, I like pixel graphics. Down here in my workshop, I've actually been cleaning up a bit. I have a slightly strange collection of Apple products. I have a iMac G3 450. That one. I tilt my camera up, I think everything would be upside down. Still playing, it's a good sign. I have a G3 450, which with the big CRT. Mine's a Ruby one, and I did a crazy mod where I removed the old 5400 RPM hard drive and I put in a SD card reader. So apparently they make that one uses IDE, not SATA, so it's IDE to SD card, and actually got pretty decent performance without having that spinning hard drive. It boots up pretty fast now. And then I have a G5. You better behave. Big G5 Power Mac that I did a similar modification where I placed it with an SD card, but that's a SATA 2, I think. So that one actually boots up nice and fast now. The biggest problem I have with Macs is the operating system on board is just kind of limiting. Because I mean, even the G5, I think it's 10. Let's see, 10.5.8. I think is the highest it goes. So everything on there is from like 2005, 2006. So it's kind of dated. And the G3 is even worse. Though I was able to get Mint Linux on there, and it actually runs okay on the G5. I actually got the G3 running it too, but anyway. Then I have like a 2009 or 2010 iMac. That one's a Core 2 Duo, so that one actually runs halfway decent. And that does have the latest version of Ubuntu on there, so it's funny, you can't even boot up that Mac anymore. I blew away the whole Mac OS. I think that one goes with 10.10, but I don't care. I just blew it away and threw Linux on her instead. Well, that's a good sign. Let's see if we can get the next track. Yay. Tracking on the system just is not what I like. The problem I run into, I'll show you, is you get like 2 to work, the higher tracks to work, and then you go back to track 1 and you can't get track 1 to work. Actually have it raised up right now so I can access all the adjustment pots better. Yeah, I've also been cleaning up the workshop. I got my 5200 hooked up again and all fixed. I got my switch box hooked up again, so everything goes through HDMI. Over there, huh? It's a bit of an adjustment off of the original. Okay. Come on. Nope, that wasn't it. Ran out of stories to tell here. Anyone out there like watches? I collect watches. We're in a seagull today. It's made by it's a Chinese watch. It's a mechanical chronograph. Pretty cool, actually. You can hear the tracking struggling on this one. And like that. Give me some love. I just saw it. Okay, that's accessing. Yeah, that's one of the ironies is I have a degree in electronics engineering, and I wear mechanical watches. I don't own a smartwatch. think I only own like 2 quartz watches. I have an addiction, really, watch collecting. You end up with a lot of them. I don't know why the tracking on this CDX is so bad. What am I missing here? Can't get the CDs to track all the way through well. Can't get the full motion video to play great. What is it? What is going on? Well, step back for 5 minutes and try this again. Then I'll come back. Everyone have a great night.